Joseph's College of Commerce and the Old Students Association, it is our privilege to welcome you all to this very special gathering, Magis Award 2025-26. I am Astha Shetty.
And I am Mark Benjamin Prabhu, and we are honored to be your MCs for the day. Today, we come together to celebrate excellence, honor our distinguished alumni, and draw inspiration from their journeys of achievement. To invoke God's blessings upon this gathering, we invite Samantha to lead us in prayer.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, we thank you for bringing us together today to celebrate the achievements of our alumni through Magis. We ask you to bless Mr. Sandeep Reddy and Ms. Divya Kumar for their dedication, hard work, and accomplishments. May their journeys continue to inspire and encourage others. Bless their families and friends who have supported them through their journeys. Bless the management of our college, our OSA, and the team who has worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make this ceremony possible. We also pray for all the students gathered here today. May they be inspired to dream boldly, work sincerely, and strive for excellence in all that they do. May this celebration remind us that every achievement becomes more meaningful when it inspires others. We ask for your blessings upon this gathering and everyone here today. We ask this prayer in your holy name.
Thank you, Samantha. Symbolizing the dispelling of darkness and the ushering in of knowledge, wisdom, and inspiration, we begin today's celebration with the ceremonial lighting of the lamp.
We now invite our principal, Reverend Dr. Charles Lasrado SJ, the OSA President, Mr. Shankar Jagannathan, Ms. Divya Kumar, and Mrs. Vani Reddy, mother of Mr. Sandeep Reddy, to light the ceremonial lamp.
College of Commerce has a rich legacy of providing value-based education and nurturing generations of students. Over the years, SJCC has evolved with the changing times while staying rooted in its core values of excellence, integrity, and service.
As we celebrate 75 remarkable years of the BCom program here at SJCC, we now turn our attention to a symbol that beautifully captures this journey. To take us through the thought, meaning, and vision behind this significant milestone, we have with us Mr. Abhishek, who will share with us the story behind this special logo and what it represents for the journey ahead.
The Platinum Jubilee logo celebrates 75 years of BCom program at St. Joseph College of Commerce, reflecting a rich legacy of academic excellence and service to the society since 1951. The Radiant 75 marks this milestone, while the branch with 8 leaves symbolizes that this program entry into its 8th decade of forming men and women for and with others. The elongated 5 gracefully transforms into a symbol of infinity, signifying that this jubilee is not merely a celebration of the past, but a commitment to an enduring future of innovation, relevance, and lifelong learning. At the heart of this infinity symbol stands an SJCC emblem, affirming that Jesuit values remains the foundation of every endeavor. Together, the logo honors a proud heritage while inspiring generations to pursue excellence, lead with integrity, and serve the society with compassion and purpose. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abhishek, for sharing the vision behind the logo and enlightening us with your meaningful words.
It is now my privilege to invite the President of the Old Students Association, Mr. Shankar Jagannathan, to deliver the welcome address and share with us the vision behind the Magis Awards.
Dear Josephites and family members, good day and welcome to 8th Magis Award function. On behalf of the Alumni Association, I welcome the 2 award winners of the year, Sandeep Reddy of the 1992 batch, who is with us online from New York. A very early good morning to you, Sandeep. And Divya Kumar of the 1998 batch. And their family members who are with us here today. A very warm welcome to Reverend Father Dr. Charles Lazarado, our college principal, who has been like a rock-like foundation for the Alumni Association and for gracing this occasion. Welcome to all the alumni members, faculty of our college, and students. Our Alumni Association has 4 flagship events every year. The annual Alumni Sports event is an occasion where we bring students back to college. Our endeavor this year is to bring at least 500 students back to college. In the 3 events that we conducted for football, hockey, and cricket, we have successfully managed to bring back about 200 students, and we have 10 more months to go. We hope that we will be able to do more than 500 this year. The second is an event which is something close to all of us, which happens next month, which is September 5th, the Teachers' Day. The Alumni Association, as a token of our gratitude, it's just a token that we spend the day with the faculty of the college and give thanks to all the things that they have done to make us what we are. Of course, we all acknowledge that it's a joint achievement. We solely take the credit for all the shortfalls in not living up to their dreams. All teachers, past, present, Thank you very much for your contribution to what you have made us. The third event is something that is not a duty for us, but a pleasant endeavor that we do. This is something where we spend effort right through the year, but which culminates actually in the month of August. It's something that we as alumni, what we can give back to the college. Every year, the Alumni Association has been providing scholarship to students, the needy students who are part of this college. Last year, we provided scholarship to about 432 students. We believe that it was lesser than what was actually needed, and the amount of assistance we provided was also lower than what was needed. I hope someday in the near future, we'll be able to achieve our goal of providing assistance to every person who needs, and we give substantial assistance that makes a difference to their career. The third and the fourth and the most important occasion for which we have gathered today is in terms of the Magis Award function. Magis is one of the key Jesuit educational values. Magis is the Latin term meaning greater or more. It refers to not just doing more work, but to seek what is better, deeper, and more meaningful for the greater good. Magis recognizes students who pursue excellence and use their talent for the service of God, humanity, and society. In the last 7 years, we have given 14 Lifetime Achievement Awards and 18 Significant Achievement Awards. This year, we are happy to add 2 more. There's a unique distinction in the 2 award winners this year. Both of them have performed on the global stage. Divya, as we all know, has performed with European companies IKEA and later Decathlon. And in Sandeep, we have him performing the other side of the Atlantic in the United States, where he has been notching up laurels. We believe that this award is significant not just for them, but also for all of us, and especially for the students, as it provides a motivation for us to do something more. And I'm hopeful that many of you sitting here in this room will deserve this award and will earn it sometime sooner than later. I once again welcome all of you who are here in person to witness this event. We are also having a live link that's available, reaching out to a lot more. And I hope all of them who are watching this event online do soon come back to college and participate in it and see the kind of development that we have seen in this college. Let's begin the VIII Magis Award function. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that gracious welcome and for highlighting the significance of this celebration.
It gives me great honor to now invite our principal, Reverend Dr. Charles Lasrado, SJ, to address the gathering.
Good evening, everyone. Mr. Shankar Jagannathan, President of Old Student Association of SJCC, Ms. Divya Kumar, Mrs. Vani Reddy, mother of Mr. Sandeep Reddy, Professor Chandru, the uncle of Mr. Sandeep Reddy, and the family members, spouse of Ms. Divya and daughter of Ms. Divya, and the classmates of the awardees, and alumni association members, office bearers, faculty members, and all the students of SJCC. Why do I call all the students? Because every class is represented by the class representatives here. We have 53 sections. Each section is represented by 5 students. So you are representing the entire student community, dear class representatives. A warm welcome to each one of you to this prestigious Magis Award conferring ceremony. As you all know, Magis is a Latin word which means more or greater. This is one of the words which every Jesuit institution all across the world very familiar, and everywhere you could see this word being publicized, because every one of us are called to do greater good, go for that extra mile and be more to others. About 8 years ago, SJCC Alumni Association gave expression to this spirit of Magis through a beautiful initiative to recognize and honor those who made a meaningful difference to society by choosing to do more and by making that extra effort to make the world a better place. Thus, the Magis Award originated. Recognizing a person through honoring is a good thing, especially to receive honor from a worldwide organization or a sovereign nation undoubtedly brings honor and glory and visibility. Yet, there is something uniquely special about receiving honor from one's own family, one's own community, one's own peers, and one's own alma mater. When the institution that shaped us pauses to celebrate what we have become and what we have contributed, the joy is deeply personal and beyond measure. The Magis Awards are precisely special because they embody this beautiful circle of gratitude and belonging, instituted by our alumni, recommended by our peers, and conferred by the alma mater. They are not merely awards, they celebrate lives and achievement that reflect the true spirit of Magis. Over the past 8 years, as we have already know, 18 distinguished individuals have been honored with Significant Achievement Award, and 14 exemplary achievers have received Lifetime Achievement Award. Each, in an unique way, has contributed that greatness lies not merely in what we achieve, but in the difference we make through our achievements. This year, we are privileged to honor Ms. Divya Kumar, author of CFO AI Compass, and with the Significant Achievement Award, and Mr. Sandeep Reddy, CFO of Domino's Pizza Incorporated, with Lifetime Achievement Award. On behalf of St. Joseph's College of Commerce, I extend a warm welcome to our distinguished awardees, our alumni, members of our faculty, and all our students and esteemed guests. May this evening remind us that true measure of success is not simply how much we have achieved, but how much more we have given. How many lives have become better because we choose to do a little more. Welcome to Magis Awards 2026.
Thank you, Father, for your inspiring words and constant support.
Adding to the significance of this event, we now present a video on the 75 years of the BCom program.
1949, St. Joseph. St. Joseph's College opened a Department of Commerce. One borrowed room, a handful of students, and an idea. Business taught alongside conscience. 2 years later, in 1951, came the degree that would define it, the Bachelor of Commerce. By 1972, grown too large to remain part of its parent college, the department became independent. It moved to Brigade Road, and a new college rose around it. St. Joseph's College of Commerce. 500 students, 10 teachers, 1 BCom, and 3 principals it has kept ever since. Academic excellence, character formation, and social concern. Here, teachers taught far more than ledgers, Shakespeare in the accounts room, a thriving cultural flavor, sporting culture that enabled students to represent the state and the country. From these same classrooms, India's celebrated sportspersons, including Olympians, coaches, and national icons. Then, India liberalized, and multinationals began recruiting on campus. BCom grew, adding new sections and hundreds more students. Its students ranked among the university's best, and in 2000, a new campus building was inaugurated. In 2005, the college received Karnataka's first grant of autonomy and began setting its own syllabus. Its graduates went everywhere, onto the world's playing fields, into cinema and human rights, into boardrooms and global institutions. 14,000 alumni, and counting. The BCom department kept moving with the times. Specializations in travel and tourism. Then a wave of industry-integrated degrees built with global professional bodies. And this year, a new program for future chartered accountants. A research center opened. Partnerships were signed with universities abroad. And when the pandemic closed campuses, teaching moved online. In 2021, the college was reaccredited, A++. From one borrowed room to a platinum jubilee. From a single program to many. From 10 teachers to more than 100. From 500 students to over 3,000. And yet, what its longest-serving teachers remember most is not the buildings or the awards. It is something simpler. That here, the person you were mattered as much as what you knew. 3/4 of a century on, that is still what this place believes.
Just set me free, VIP, walking easily, so casually, no PG, locked in mentally, that's a guarantee. Talk to me, numbers never lie, add it up, that's me. I said 20.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to the heart of today's ceremony, the reading of citations and felicitations. This is a moment where we recognize and celebrate the extraordinary journeys of our distinguished alumni. Each citation will be read by a fellow alumnus, followed by the presentation of the award.
To begin with, I call upon Mr. Grenell D. Almeida to read the citation for the Significant Achievement Award being awarded to Ms. Divya Kumar.
So it just so happened that Divya invited me to this event. She was like, Ronald, I'm receiving this award. It's very important, it's very meaningful to me. And for a person who has received several of them from different quarters of the world, it shouldn't have been another very important thing, but she attached so much of importance to this, right? And she said, it's very important because it's my alma mater calling. It'd be really nice if you could be there. And I kept it very quiet. I said, sure, I'll try. I'm really busy, and I'll really try. All along knowing that I'm going to be reading the citation. Before I read the citation, which is very formal and has got a lot about what she achieved, let me tell you who Divya is. And the reason I'm going to tell you this is because it's 28 years since she's come back to the campus. And today she's earned what she's done. Today is a day for those 28 years of hard work. It's that hard work that has earned this day and this appreciation. Divya was the topper of our class. So if any of you are surprised that Divya is here receiving the Significant Achievers Award, none of us in our batch are surprised. Okay? And I speak for every one of us in our batch, because from the day that she entered, and she's a 5-year student of Commerce College, because we had our PU block as well here. Before it was just a degree. So we were classmates for 5 years. And so when she came in from National Public School. And the first thought that we had as Josephites is, what a misfit. Okay? What would a person from National Public, which only knows studies, and then after some time studies, and then the next quadrant of the hour studies, want to do in Joseph's, where we talk of holistic education. But we were in for a surprise. She obviously probably was a misfit in NPS, okay? Because she got along she got along so well here that she was, when we heard her introduction in the class, because everybody introduced themselves on the first day, and she said she's from NPS, and she gave us her aggregate score, we were like, ouch, okay? And then we realized that she wasn't the typical nerd. She was the most warm person you could ever know. She was somebody who got along with everybody, from the first benchers to the last benchers. And I can swear for this because I was one of the last benchers. Standing here and speaking about Divya, which doesn't happen oddly otherwise. And to say the least, I think Divya's fees should have been paid back to her, and with all the interest over the years, primarily because after the faculty was done, it was Divya's tuitions in class to explain what exactly happened. All right? And I think for that, a lot of us owe a portion of our annual revenues to Divya, actually. Okay? So, and having said that, Divya was an ardent fan of the good things in life. She always was chirpy, always a warm smile for anybody. Teachers loved her, and she loved everybody the teachers loved and also didn't love. Okay, so that's the best part about her. And while she remained such a warm and congenial person, she was there to help everyone. And while she continued to be the perfect student, acing every exam, worried about why those 2 or 3 marks that she lost in getting 100 were lost, she continued to passionately follow table tennis. She was a sportswoman. She enjoyed the games. We had a basketball court, and all our life in school, in college, revolved around basketball. And she was there to watch, to participate, to take part, talk, do whatever. At the same time, achieve whatever she had to achieve. So to everyone, I really ask you to look upon a classic role model. Somebody who is good to go with everyone. It's not surprising that she made such inroads in her corporate career. She was able to get along with people who are good and misfits alike. So this is something that she started with at college. And to everyone in Commerce College today, you've joined college and these hallowed portals because of the kind of name that Commerce College has. And we ourselves, which is almost 28 years ago, 28, more than 5 years added to that. When we joined college also, we kind of followed in the same legacy of the ones who went before us. And in today's conversation, I got to realize that when we were in this college, we didn't have all of these facilities that you have today. We just had one old block and a very old block. And then a new block came and we were leaving college. Okay? But for the ones who were before us, okay, as Mrs. Reddy said today, she said, I had not seen calculators until I graduated out of college. So the funny thing was when I saw the 75 years video, Commerce College has always been ahead of the curve. So when we didn't have calculators, the college provided for sheep so you could count. so there's always something. And the most important thing about the Jesuit education is our holistic approach. There is humor, nothing is always perfect, but there's always an aspiration to get better. All right? So to the new students as well, to the students who are studying right now, don't crib about the problems. They'll always be there, but when you find those solutions, you'll end up as a Divya Kumar here and getting felicitated in your time. And I look forward to that time, and probably we'll be a lot more older and looking forward to clap for each one of you there. But today, Divya, it's about your day. And for everything that you have done. I read the citation with a lot of pride on behalf of my entire batch. A lot of people who wanted to be here. And what I also realized is that there are so many people who would have, if they knew that the school or college was so advanced that we could have a video link and do this, I think there would have been more people trampling over each other to do this reading of the citation to you. All right, so that gives you a picture of how popular Divya was. And today, as the president of our batch, I take this opportunity with pride and humility at the same time. And Divya, thank you for making our batch really proud. And to begin, this Magis Award for significant achievement presented to Divya Kumar by the Old Students Association of St. Joseph's College of Commerce, Autonomous, Bangalore, for the year 2025-2026. This citation is awarded to Divya Kumar in recognition of her outstanding achievements as a distinguished scholar, global business leader, and a thought-provoking, best-selling author in the emerging field of artificial intelligence. Divya graduated in commerce from St. Joseph's College of Commerce, securing the first rank in Bangalore University. Clap, guys. And she completed her postgraduate diploma in financial management as well at the college. And I think that makes her the third batch of the MBA course. Okay? She went on to qualify as a member of the Institute of Cost and Works Accountants of India, now the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, securing the 4th rank. And completed an MBA in Finance and Economics from the University of Miami with a perfect 4.0 GPA. Beginning her career in financial services, technology, and consulting, Divya went on to sculpt an outstanding career spanning 25 years in which she has held multiple leadership roles of remarkable breadth across the United States, Europe, India, and China. Divya has overseen a P&L scope of over $23 billion US, led 8 acquisitions, launched operations in hubs in 5 countries, led business and digital transformations, and served on boards and committees governing venture capital, investment, audit, and risk. At IKEA, Divya served as Global Digital CFO, Chief Data and Analytics Officer, Board Member, and Head of IKEA's India Global Capability Center, and led the finance, technology, and operations teams that launched IKEA's first store and e-commerce business in India. With fiduciary responsibility for a 1.1 billion euro investment. She was central to IKEA's transformation from a physical to an omni-channel retailer, growing its digital business from 3% to 25% of its 42 billion euro revenue, and launching and establishing AI in the organization. Since 2023, as Global Deputy CFO, Chief Business Steering and Analytics Officer, and Board Member at Decathlon, I need a breath. Divya has steered enterprise-wide strategies across the company's 20 billion euro operations in over 70 countries, delivering sales growth at twice that of the market. She is also a certified corporate director and board member of the Pearl Academy. A recognized thought leader, Divya is the author of the best-selling book, CFO AI Compass, a guide for CFOs on co-leading AI in their enterprises, and a speaker at forums including The Economist, Women in Tech.
Thank you, sir. I now request Father Principal and the OSA President, Mr. Shankar, to present the Significant Achievement Award and citation to Ms. Divya. Presenting the award.
Congratulations, Ms. Divya, on this remarkable milestone. We now request you to share a few words with us.
Can you hear me? Yes. Yeah. I'm going to break with the norm and just talk. So firstly, thank you, everybody. Thank you very much for for giving me this award. I can't tell you how special it is. And thank you all for being here to be a part of my celebration too. I can't tell you how it feels coming back. It feels like coming back home. It really feels surreal because this is a place that has given me so much. And I'm just so thankful and so happy to be here. I'm also very proud to be a part of this great institution. I almost never studied here, actually. Joseph's was my first choice when I did the application process, but interestingly, my name was not on the application list. My parents and I were a little bit surprised because I had actually topped my 10th standard in NPS, so it seemed a little bit strange. And we were just standing near the board and looking at it, and Father Eugene Lobo, who was at that time the principal of the college, came and just said some, very kind words. He said, it's okay, it happens, those kind of things. But then when he heard my marks, he was a little bit surprised. And he actually checked on it, and it was simple. It was a simple mathematical mistake. CBSE had 5 subjects, ICSE had 10 subjects. They took my marks, divided it by 10 instead of 5, and I didn't get admission. But anyway, but the fact of the matter is that, one thing changed my entire life. Thankfully, he called me back, and I'm very grateful to him that he took the effort to check what happened. Not everybody would have, and he took the effort to come and be nice to us, and say it's okay. If not, I would not be standing here before you today. He even called me after my first rank in BCom to congratulate me, and he actually recounted the story. He actually remembered that this had happened. So anyway, I owe it to him. So today I want to share 3 learnings actually that I got from the college, and I will try not to bore you all too much with the stories. My first learning is that I can be whoever I want to be. Right. So Grenol mentioned that I came from NPS. I was also a very shy kid in NPS. For many reasons, I lived kind of in the shadows, did not participate, did not have many friends. And I'm sure a lot of you know when you've been in a certain place for a very long time, everybody forms a certain perception of you, image of you, that it is very difficult to break out of. So what ended up happening is that I said, okay, I'm going to reinvent myself when I go into college. And when I stepped into SJCC, somehow the warmth of it completely engulfed me. It was just the right place for me. I participated in everything and anything, just like what Grenol said. I used to be playing table tennis, I did singing, I did dumb charades. And at that time, it was a very small college. We were a batch of 120 people, right? And 200 when we went to BCom. It was not much. And out of that, I don't know how many girls and boys are there now, but we were 20 girls and 100 boys, right? So it was easy to participate. In fact, basketball, I hung around a lot in the basketball court with friends, but I never really played basketball. But I remember one time when there was the finals going on, and one of the girls fell sick. And at that time, they didn't have a substitute. I said, okay, let me go and, play basketball. Never played basketball in my life. Not fun, because nobody passed me the ball. But at the end of the day, we actually won the finals, and I could say, oh, wow, I won basketball finals, having never played it. So that was the beauty of this college. It made me participate in everything. It gave me a sea of confidence that I had never had before. This college. It made me open, it made me more risk-taking, it made me more bold, and that has served me throughout my life after that. When I went into my career, in fact, I don't know, Mr. Srinath is not here, but so one of the old students, I did my first job with him actually. I also stepped into the US for my MBA, and at that time I realized what a different person I was than when I had stepped into this college. Throughout my career, this confidence has really helped me in good stead. I grew very fast. Before I was 30 years old, I was actually in senior leadership positions. And there was one main reason for that, for all of you who are starting your career, and that was just putting up my hand. So every place that needed something, that had a new challenge, I used to just put up my hand because of that confidence. And there was only one criteria, is it going to be fun to do? And that was it. So I actually led my first digital team when I did not know technology. I took over analytics when I had never done analytics before. I had information security, data privacy at IKEA globally without ever having done it before. So you can imagine, these are just some examples. But the reason I'm stating that is that for all of you sitting here, think of it this way, you can be whatever version of yourself you really want to be. And if you believe that you can be that, it actually plays out according to your wishes over time. So that was my first learning. My second learning was that the people I surround myself with really matter. So in my first week that I entered this college, I made two friends, Nirish, who's here with me today, and Carol, who's in the US right now. And that was the first week of college, and they have been two pillars of my life for 30 plus years now. And what is special about them is that they're such positive people, and they bring so much laughter into my life. Every time I speak to them, I come away smiling. That is the kind of influence they have upon me. Not just them, but there were another few close friends who really made a difference. Of course, Reynold is one of them, quite a few others, and such wonderful people who influenced my life. And the wonderful thing is they kept me grounded. So in the PUC in the university, I got the 7th rank. You won't believe it. They used to pop up from anywhere and keep saying, hey, number 7. Hey, fluke. It was very irritating. But that's the wonderful thing about friends, right? They help you soar, but they also make sure that you have your eyes firmly on the ground at any point of time. And then, of course, our professors, Dr. T.V. Narasimha Rao in particular. I took masters in economics. One of the main reasons was him, because he gave me this fantastic book during college that sparked an enormous interest for me in economics. He was supposed to be teaching tax laws, but he actually taught history, psychology, evolution, name it, right? It was more than just tax. The same thing with Dr. G.K. Govind Rao. He was our English professor. But he brought in all the world debates actually into the classroom and taught us a lot of philosophy, actually, I learned from him. But these people really stayed with me and influenced my life. And even today, I try to surround myself with people who are positive, people whom I can really learn from. There are a couple of people who have worked with me here in the audience, and they can certify that, my primary criteria for hiring is not skill, it's not content, it is attitude. And what do I mean by attitude? I mean positivity, I mean resilience, genuine care for others, genuine concern, passion, a lot of values. Skills can be learned. You can learn anything in life. But those values that you take will actually make the difference. And I found that people do very well when they actually have that. So as you all step into the world, choose who you're with. Choose who are the people around you, because they will leave a little bit of themselves in you over a period of time. The third learning I had from this college is that there is no substitute for very hard work, but there is also no substitute for hard fun and hard play. Both are equally important. So when I did my PUC here, I did 2 years of computers alongside it. When I did my BCom, I did ICW alongside. In fact, I graduated ICW in the same year that I graduated from my BCom. quite a bit of workload, I must say. And there were some things that helped me through that. I was a very regular student. So every day I would set aside a few hours every day to study, to get back to my work. I was very consistent, and I was serious about it. I worked hard. But what was also important is that I never compromised fun along the way. I never said no to anybody who wanted to have fun. My friend Carol and I used to keep exchanging notes in class. In fact, if you look at my notebooks, a part of it is just our chats. Nowadays, you have phones on which you chat. We used to do it on paper, next to each other. Use your ambitions, go after it, work really hard. But every day counts, so don't forget to have fun, along the way, because that's what you'll remember. Those memories have lasted me all my life. I don't remember what I read in my books, but I definitely remember all the good times that I have had in my life. My daughter once asked me, she's here today, she once asked me, if there was one period in your life that you could go back to, what would it be? And my immediate, there was not a second hesitation, I said my 5 years in college. It was not the answer she wanted to hear because, as she pointed out, she did not exist at that time. So she was not happy. But the fact is, that's how close the time in Joseph's is to my heart. I want to end with a very special thanks to my family, because they deserve this award much more than I do. My parents and my sister have stood with me every step of the way, encouraged me, and just given me so much love that I could do everything I wanted to do in that cocoon. My husband, Kashyap, who's here today, who, he's really encouraged me again every step. He's celebrated every milestone that I hit, pushed me even higher, pushed me to do more. He's also a very hands-on father, which really helped me achieve my dreams. For all of you in the room, one secret to success: choose the right life partner. Makes all the difference, in life. My mother-in-law, who has... my mother-in-law, who has given me unwavering support throughout the time that, she's really stood by me. My daughter, I'm very thankful to her because, I spent 1 week every month in Europe. For 6.5 years. That's not a small, having global roles is not easy. And that's why I say thanks to the family, because they managed to juggle, without me sometimes, a lot of the time. I have done long hours. I have been in calls after calls in rooms. I don't remember one time she's come and knocked at the door and disturbed me during that time. Not once, in all these years. She's always understood that there is a difference between work and, my time with her is my time with her, and my time with work is different. So this award goes to each and every one of you. And all my friends here, thank you to all of you who have come, all the friends who have come. And thank you for giving me this award, and also for making me relive such a lovely time of my life. As Grenol said, this is one very special award. I've got many awards, but I would say this is the most special award to me so far in my life. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Divya, for your inspiring words. Congratulations once again, and wishing you many more milestones ahead.
We now move on to the Lifetime Achievement Award being conferred upon Mr. Sandeep Reddy and the reading of the citation by Mr. Dhananjay Shetty.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm a good friend of Sandeep's, and I'm delighted to read the citation for his Lifetime Achievement Award today. Sandeep and I were classmates at Commerce College many years ago, and I think this is a wonderful honor that you're bestowing upon him. So let me just get down to it. This citation is awarded to Sandeep Reddy in recognition of a distinguished 3-decade-plus global career in finance leadership that crafted business turnarounds of multiple global companies, built on the strong foundation of a stellar academic record, and culminating as the CFO at some of the world's most recognized consumer companies. Sandeep completed his pre-university education at St. Joseph's College of Commerce and went on to earn a BA Honours in Economics from Sri Ram College of Commerce, Delhi University, and an MBA from Cornell University's Johnson Graduate School of Management. Subsequently, he also qualified as a chartered financial analyst. Sandeep's career spans multiple geographies, including 22 years in the United States, 8 years across Europe, and 2 years in India. He currently serves as Executive Vice President and the Chief Financial Officer of Domino's Pizza, Inc., the world's #1 QSR pizza brand with over US $20 billion in global revenue, a role he has held since April 2022, his third public company CFO position since 2013. At Domino's, he partnered with the CEO to lead the financial turnaround following the COVID disruption and helped develop the company's Hungry for More long-term strategic plan rolled out to investors in 2023. Under this plan, the US business regained its pre-COVID momentum with consistent same-store sales and store growth, delivering significant market share gains. Further, he led the strengthening of his company's balance sheet with a US $1 billion debt refinancing in 2025. Prior to Domino's, Sandeep served as CFO of Six Flags Entertainment, where he developed and announced a transformation plan targeting US 80 to 110 million in incremental EBITDA and ensure the company's liquidity through the pandemic. Previously as global CFO of Guess Inc. from 2013 to 2019, he partnered with the CEO on a turnaround that saw adjusted profits more than double over 3 years, and expanded the brand's footprint in Europe and Asia with revenue growth of over 60% and 50% respectively, and returned the Americas retail business to profitability. Sandeep's earlier career has included the role of CFO Europe at Guess, based in Switzerland, and 13 years of progressively senior finance and supply chain leadership roles at Mattel Inc. across the US, UK, Italy, and France. Since June 2023, Sandeep has also served on the board of directors of Masco Corporation, one of the world's leading companies in plumbing fixtures. The St. Joseph's College of Commerce Old Students Association is honored to present Sandeep Reddy with the Magis Award for Lifetime Achievement.
Thank you, sir. I now request Father Principal and the OSA President, Mr. Shankar, to present the award and citation for the Lifetime Achievement Award to Mrs. Vani Reddy, mother of Mr. Sandeep Reddy.
We now request Mr. Sandeep Reddy to address the gathering.
Good afternoon, everybody. And first of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who's actually there listening in, and my apologies for not being there in person, because it has been such a wonderful ceremony so far. I've been watching from online, and I really wish I could have been there in person, because it would have been an electrifying experience to be there in person. So I think, let me just start with saying thanks to a number of people who have actually been so much a part of this journey. I'll start with Dhananjay, who just spoke to you and give you a little bit of context that we've been together and friends for a very long time. Just so you know, a very long time means he and I were 9 years old when we first met, which means we've probably been together as friends for longer than some of your parents have been alive. And that just gives you context on how long that relationship goes by. So thank you, Dhananjay, for the lovely words that you said. And then I want to really talk a little bit about the discovery of this honor itself, which I'm really, really grateful for and feel very privileged to actually have received. It started off a couple of months ago when Shankar reached out and gave me a call and told me that I'd been nominated for and selected for the Magis Award, and I was actually surprised, and the reason I was surprised was I was surprised that I was even in consideration for an award like this, and then the fact that I was actually selected for an award like this was an even bigger surprise to me, and then when Shankar started telling me about the history of the Magis Awards at SJCC and explained some of the previous award recipients, I was blown away because many of them I recognized because I'd actually either gone to college with them or been in school with them, and many of them I'd been heard, but that's what I wanted to share. So thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Sandeep, for your inspiring and valuable words.
We will now open the floor for a short question and answer session with our distinguished awardees. This is an opportunity for all of us to engage directly with them, gain insights from their experiences, and be inspired by their journeys. I request the audience to introduce themselves while asking a question and specify who the question is directed to.
Hello, namaste. My name is Siddharth Kothari, and my question is for Madam Divya. So, after you graduated from college and you've had a very lustrous career, is there something that you learned later on in your career, something you probably learned last year or something, which you would have, wished to have known in your college life, so that we all can get that head start?
Thank you for the good question. I think I've learned so many things over the years. It is difficult to pinpoint one of them. But the one thing I will say, and especially this is even more relevant today in the world of artificial intelligence, you all are stepping into a world which is very different than what we stepped into many years back. And increasingly I'm finding that technology does a lot. It is able to do it sometimes much better than humans. But the one thing I'm learning more and more is how important the human connection is. Grenold mentioned a little bit earlier during his introduction of me, saying that, I mingled with a lot of people. So I really loved people, but I'm an introvert. I'm actually not an extrovert. I mingle a lot, but I'm not a person who's out there, social, and so on. But it's interesting how over the last few years of my life, I have enjoyed interactions a lot more than even before that. And the reason is this: every time I meet somebody, I actually learn something from them. And that is something, I did not look at interactions in that sense when I was younger. I didn't think of every interaction as a learning experience. But today when I interact with people, I actually come away thinking, so what did I learn from this? From this interaction? Because I find so much is there inside people. And if you just listen carefully, right, the amount that you get from it is enormous.
Check. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Firstly, congratulations, Sandeep sir and Divya ma'am, on receiving the awards. My name is Nishant, and I'm from class 2 PCOM E. And my question is for Sandeep sir. So, firstly, being the CFO for Domino's is a great achievement. We as students really love Domino's. And as a student, I have one question for you. So you had a very, successful career. Is there one, moment in your life where you felt you did not perform as well or maybe failed? And if yes, what is like a comeback story you had for this life of yours?
So that's a great question, and it goes back to the points I was making, right? You learn more from failure. So the reality is I failed so many times. I can't even count the number of times I failed. I made mistakes, but the important thing about making mistakes is learning from the mistakes and making sure you don't repeat the mistakes. And I think if you keep on doing that, you're going to get better, better and better. And what happens is it connects to the other thing I said, which is as you're connecting with others and trying to inspire others, if you share your journey while you're going along and explain on the mistakes that you made and how you learn from them, and the more senior you get in the organization, then others feel they have permission to fail and learn from the failure. And so that is really my point. I can't even count the number of times I failed, but I've actually welcomed that and embraced it and actually moved on from there and gotten better. And that's really the key message. It's not one thing, it's many things.
Hi, check. Good evening, everybody. So this question is to both of you. Congratulations on the win, and I've seen a very illustrious career in both of you, both Mr. Sandeep and Ms. Divya. The question I have is, as of now, I'm a 20-year-old student in college, right? I don't know what the world looks like. You've spoken a lot about failure and learning, but what is something that I do, or what are certain strategies that I implement in myself or in my life that will either give me a head start or will give me an advantage or not make the mistakes that everybody else is making? That is my question to both of you.
Okay, I'll take it first, maybe.
Do you want to start? Because I couldn't hear.
Sure. The question, Sandeep, just to repeat what he said, is that is there any way to get a head start since he's 20 years old and not make all the mistakes that we made? So that's the question.
I mean,
Firstly,
not the same mistakes. It means like maybe like minimize all the mistakes.
No, absolutely fantastic question. And the fact is that you can never escape your mistakes, right? Every one of us makes our own, because every one of us chooses a different path. Right? No single person in this room is the same. We all have a different personality. We all react differently to different situations, because of which we all make complete... I think you had fun making that mistake also. It is not, it's not like we didn't have fun making the mistakes. At least I had a lot of fun making the mistakes I made. And I'm quite happy that I did it because I enjoyed the journey. Okay, it didn't work, it's fine. It doesn't matter. So I would take that. Sandeep, over to you.
Yeah, no, and I think it's a great question, because I'm talking now in retrospect after 30 years of being in a career about the mistakes I made. I can tell you that when I was 20 years old, I was petrified of making mistakes. When I was 30 years old, I was a little bit less petrified, but still pretty scared. It took a lot of time and maturing to understand that I actually was learning from the mistakes and getting better from them. So it's completely natural to be concerned and worried about it, but don't to Divya's point, don't fret about it. Just keep on learning and doing different stuff and trying things. Take chances. Take chances to learn, and you'll surprise yourself at where you excel, and sometimes you may be overconfident on things that you think you're going to excel at and you won't. And that's fine. You get to know where your strengths are. And so that's really what I would say on the whole thing on failure. Don't worry about it too much, but just know that when it happens, it's inevitable, it will happen. You just need to basically convert it into a positive momentum where you can actually move forward and learn from it.
Got it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
So we'll now wrap up the question and answer session.
Thank you, Mr. Sandeep and Ms. Divya, for patiently answering the questions and sharing your valuable time with us today.
To conclude this wonderful celebration, I now invite Ms. Sucheta Dev Burman to deliver the word of thanks.
On behalf of the Old Students Association, I am pleased to propose the word of thanks. Our sincere gratitude to Dr. Charles Lasado, SJ, and the SJCC management for the privilege of hosting the VIII Magis Awards, and to the staff and students for their support today. A heartfelt thank you to our awardees, Ms. Divya Kumar and Mr. Sandeep Reddy, for accepting the Magis Award for the year 2025-2026 and for making the time to be with us. And finally, thanks to our OSA President, Mr. Shankar Jagannathan, and the OSA team for organizing this event. Happy Independence Day in advance. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sucheta, for those wonderful, meaningful words of gratitude. With that, we formally conclude the Magis Award ceremony.
We request the dignitaries and the members of the OSA to come forward for a picture.
We formally conclude the Magis Award ceremony.
Thank you all for being a wonderful audience.
It has been our pleasure to be your MCs for the day.
Thank you and have a wonderful evening. All students can give their attendance outside to the volunteers. Thank you.